Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Survival Stories 3. I am your host, Renovate, and today, guys, we're going to be doing episode number 2. I really can't tell you what we're going to get into because I honestly do not know. So just play along, I guess. It'll be fun. So yeah, guys, if you're enjoying this series, even though we're only in our second one, our second video, click that like button, and it just lets us know that we're doing a good job. And it also puts our video out there on other sites so people can come and watch. And if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Join the team. Right now, I'm Team Self High Five still, but yeah. This is going to be episode number 2. I think we're going to do a little bit of populating the area. That's kind of weird. But yeah, let's get started, guys. So the first thing we want to talk about, other than direction, someone made a comment that if I make the cooking with blockheads the rack that goes right here, that this whole thing will end up being integrated, so I can put all my tools or my pots and pans up here, and it'll see them if I'm trying to make something. I was also told that if I put these in a certain order, it makes like a multi-block, but I haven't really looked at on the internet or anything to see which ones I put in what order. So if you know, just leave a comment and just tell me which ones you put in order. So we'll do that. We'll do that later because I don't really have anything to cook right now. I did go over and visit that rogue dungeon that's just to the north of us. I told you that I was going to record if I went down into level 2, but I just had to take a sneak peek because I didn't hear any mobs, and when I got down there was no mobs in level 2. So there was a couple chests and a couple little rooms that had a bunch of hoppers and stuff, and I put the hoppers in here, or actually they're in here. Maybe? Yeah, they're there. There were 6 hoppers. There was an iron horse armor, but I'm not interested in getting horses because they're a little glitchy. I also got this enchanting bottle, and I think that's it. And then I went ahead and made a Thaumcraft scanner, so I've been scanning stuff because eventually we'll get into Thaumcraft. And I got the book as well. So that's that. So yeah, that's our kitchen area. I did get one of these anvils, so I just keep adding stuff that I did get. I feel bad. I did get an anvil. I did make a trash can, because you gotta have a trash can in your kitchen, right? So yeah, over here, I did make a statue of myself, but I'm not gonna click on it because if I do, bad things happen. So if you know anything about statue mods, you know that's typical. So nothing happened here. This is cool, and we're probably going to be doing quite a few episodes that's going to involve this. If you look up in my little Wayla thing, this is Ancient Warfare mod pack, or mod. So what it does, remember last episode we were very concerned about how are we going to do our farming, our mining, and stuff like that, because we don't have Mine Factory Reloaded, so we don't have really a way of automating mobs, automating farming, just tree farms and stuff like that. But there's a thing called Ancient Warfare. Oh man, what did I just do? Alright, let's do this the correct way. Here we go. Let's get back to the screen. So here's the Ancient Warfare. Basically what Ancient Warfare does is it allows you to create villagers on your own. And you can make all kinds of villagers. You can make farmers. You can make people that work in a quarry. You can make guards. You can make people that walk around that are guards. You can make priests. Just a whole bunch of stuff. Couriers, all kinds of guys. So yeah, that's something that we're going to get into. And the reason is those guys work on these particular farms. So there's a quarry, there's a tree farm, a crop farm, mushroom farm, animal farm, fish farm, reed farm. There's a warehouse that we can make. It's not a really multi-block structure or anything. These are just blocks that you put into a building that you would build. It also has chunk loaders, which are kind of cool because the chunk loader that I think is in the pack is really expensive to build. But yeah, it's got all kinds of cool things. And then you can upgrade your guys. As you can see here, I think these are the patterns for the workers. There's your worker, researcher, your craftsman, your farmer. So really, this is the only one I think that you have to make. It's just when you make them, and I'll show you in this episode because we're going to make a couple. It's depending on what tool you give them, and then they'll know what to do. So that's kind of cool. Yeah, so here's the courier. What the courier does, suppose you want to get the stuff that your villagers are working on to a different location. So you make a courier, and he basically does what a courier does. He goes and gets stuff, and then you tell him point A to point B. He can have more than one or more than 2 points, but suppose you wanted him to take stuff from the tree farm over to a processing place, then you would tell him where to go and what to take. So there's like a filter, and then you tell him what to do. So we'll get into that too. But like I said, this is going to be a mod pack that we're going to probably do pretty slow. Not slow because we want to. It's slow because there's a lot of restrictions that go on while we're playing, and one of them is hunger. So one of the things that we need to get is our farming automated, because even though I love walking out here in my garden and seeing all this great food, it's just a pain to keep doing this over and over and over. And I have a lot of wheat to make bread, and I'm great eating bread, but now we have to serve our villagers bread, so that's basically their food source. Something else I made, and I don't know why that's on fire, maybe it's because of the lava, is a cobblestone generator. This is just a random cobblestone generator because I didn't have time to go mining. Also, when you're mining, your saturation and your food levels go way down because you're working. So this is an easy way just to go over here and get some cobble. Let me take you over to my village that I'm making for my villagers, and we will probably be working on this off camera most likely. I don't know if you guys want to watch me build, but you'll see the progress. So I started a little villager house over here on the left. And I've rebuilt it, I don't know how many times, like 5 or 6 times, because I can't find something that I like. So this is where the villager actually lives. So if you come up here, this is his little house. I don't have a roof on it yet because I didn't have enough to make the roof actually. But this is the thing that controls all of them. This is the town hall, and pretty much what happens is wherever you put the town hall, when you make a villager, he will stand near the town hall when it gets dark, so that you don't get mobs that kill them, because they'll probably aggro. So they'll come in here, they'll shut the door, and they'll stand right here until the next morning, and then when it's morning time, they'll come out and start working again. Also, the town hall block is where you store the food for the villagers. So right now I only have one villager. He's not out right now. He's over here in a box, and I'll tell you why. But when you click on this, there's also a death list, and once we get more than one villager, if you don't feed them or keep them, healthy, or if they die because of a mob, there's going to be a death list. The cool thing about that is you don't necessarily lose them, because you're able to make an NPC called a priest, and that priest can resurrect the dead. But the only problem is if my priest dies, then I got to make a priest to resurrect a priest, and then it's like a big weird circle, right? So anyways, so last night as I was recording, I was building this. This is going to be this is going to eventually be our warehouse, and downstairs is going to be the farm area. And yeah, I just used regular oak. I was using this dark oak wood, but when he plants it, and I'll go over all this stuff too. When he plants it, the dark oak wood doesn't grow very fast. And not only that, it doesn't drop any saplings. It might drop like one sapling at most, and then sometimes it doesn't drop saplings at all. So I was running out of saplings really fast. Even though all the mountainsides here are covered with dark oak, it was just a pain to go out and chop them down just to get saplings to help grow more sapling or more trees. That's kind of fighting against myself. So I changed it all to oak. So that's why this building is dark oak and this building is regular oak. So we're just going to do the whole village in regular oak. So what this is, like I said, this is going to have a cool roof on it, and like a taller center section. It's going to have windows on the side, and it's going to have like a little hip roof. But underneath here, this is going to be a little walkway. All our cows are going to be on this side. All our pigs are going to be on this side. What's going to happen is the farmer will feed the cows, and I think if I read correctly, they'll also slaughter them once they get to a certain age or certain size or something like that. So it doesn't kill the babies, but it'll keep, I think the actual block feeds them, and then the farmer or whoever kills them. And then he'll take the food, I'm guessing he's going to take the food back to there, but it might just put it in the farming block itself. We'll find out. We'll do that together. But what I eventually want to do is automate the process of making hamburgers, because it's my favorite food. I took this over here, and I'm starting to make this like a little seaside port. This is going to be all gone. This is going to be all water. And then we'll have like a little dock that goes out, and we're going to build a little building out there in the water, and that's going to be our fishery. So we'll have a little fishing setup there too. This is another area right here. We're going to build another house for the workers. So we'll have one house up there and another house down here. And if you see, I had all kinds of stuff. If I break this block right here, actually probably like over here somewhere. Yeah, there you go. Last night as we were playing, we had the Blood Moon event. And if you're not familiar with the Blood Moon event, basically a red moon rises, called a blood moon, just like in real life. But for this mod pack, and for any mod pack that runs Blood Moon, when the Blood Moon rises, every mob possible in Minecraft spawns. So I had people on horses, I had blizzes, I had blazes, I had everything possible around this area. The good thing is I had my villager packaged, and I'll show you what that means too in a little bit. So he wasn't aggroing anybody, but for whatever reason, and we have creepers on here that aren't just normal creepers. We have concussion creepers, we have TNT creepers. They just had a field day with this area. For whatever reason, there's nobody over here, but they just blew up everything. So they blew up this whole entire corner here. They blew up this entire corner over here. They blew up the back side of my building. They blew up that side of my building. So I had to spend quite a bit of time last night rebuilding all this. They blew up the end of my street down here. So yeah, we'll have to deal with that. Maybe if it happens while we're on, I'll just log off and then log back on so I don't have to deal with it. Because it's very frustrating when you build all this stuff and that happens. So maybe if I've asked the server owner to turn mob grieving off. I don't care if there's mobs, and I don't care if we have the Blood Moon. That's a great event. Once we get some more armor and stuff, that'd be cool just to go out and kill them all. But just the griefing on the ground area is kind of annoying. Not only that, the places that they blew up, the blocks that they blew up, were gone. So I couldn't even, I'd have to go and make all the new stuff, all the glass and the trim and all that stuff. And that's kind of a pain. So let me get a couple things, and then we'll start on this ancient warfare and the villagers and stuff, and I'll show you how all that stuff works. Be right back. So the first thing that we want to start out with is how do you get into ancient warfare? And then how do you make the villagers and everything like that. So if you look at the NEI, there's two things that you're going to have to need to make right away. One is the engineering station, and one is the research station. The engineering station is just a bunch of iron, and a lot of the resources for this are very simple and very beginning game, which is great. So it's just a bunch of iron. There's a chest, a crafting table, and another piece of wood. And then the research station, same thing, with just some gold. So you have to go find some gold. And then you're going to want to make a book. So, and I think the book is right here. Nope, that's an enchantment book. I'm not seeing the book. Maybe it's on page 2. I can show you the book, but I would like to show you the recipe for the book. I'm just not seeing it. Just not seeing it. Looking. So anyways, here, let me show what the book looks like. The book looks like that. It's right. Uh-oh. Where's our book? Oh, there's our book. Whew. Man, that scared me. So this is our research book right here. And what the research book does, it's got a couple different views. It's got the research item view. And this is basically the different sections that you need to research, and the different, I don't want to call it sections, but the different areas in which you need to learn more on. So if I wanted to learn stuff like, let's just say farming, it's going to tell me that in order to learn farming, there's 3 blocks right now that I can actually make because I've researched. But the research that I needed to do was invention in agriculture. So if you go to agriculture, it's going to tell you that once you have agriculture learned, you'll be able to make a crop farm. And so that's how that works. So for animal husbandry, you can make the animal farm, which you've already done. Chemistry, in order to do chemistry, you'll need to learn mining. So what it's showing here is if you haven't learned something, it's not going to show you what you can make. If you have learned it, it's going to show you what you can make. Then you can go click on this, and you can go over here, and as long as you've opened up enough research, it'll tell you the recipes to make the individual stuff. So sometimes the NEI shows it, sometimes it doesn't. So like the animal farm, it says we need to learn animal husbandry. So I don't think that we've learned that one. I don't know. Let me check something real quick. I don't think we've made the animal farm. We've made the crop farm and the quarry. So yeah. So if I go to mining, is mining down here somewhere? There it is, mining. Because I've learned mining, I'm able to make a medium quarry upgrade, which increases the block square to 32. I think the default is 7 by 7, if I remember correctly. I need to watch my food as I'm talking. I think the default's 7 by 7, or it's not very big. I do know that. So there's a couple different upgrades that you can make for that, and if you look on here, it kind of shows. I gotta find the ones that's got the numbers on it though. So right here, this is the bounds upgrade. This is for your gardens basically, and some of your other things. So not just gardens, but when you make your warehouse, this kind of increases the bounds in which the multi-block. It's not really a multi-block. You can put these three things here: the warehouse control block, the warehouse storage, and the interface in a building, but they don't have to be next to each other. So, but if the interface is really far away from the storage blocks, then you might have to increase your bounds. So, and you can make these, and sometimes, like I said, it will show you what the recipe is, and the recipes are pretty simple. I mean, just look at this. You just need to kill some spiders to do that. I did make the medium quarry upgrade, which is just fences and wood, because I want the quarry to be somewhat large right off the bat, but I don't want to make it too large if I'm only going to have one guy mining it. And I think they mine from wherever I put the block. So if I make a mining block, which we did, here's the quarry recipe. Wherever I put this, they mine from that block down. So I can actually go underground and start it so that you can't see it, which is what we're probably going to do. But to make this, it's just wood, some wood gears. There's two different forms of wood gears. There's just sticks that make wood, and then there's another one, and then a chest and an iron pick. So you can see that once you look at all these patterns, a common theme. So all of this is the same except for the middle tool, and that middle tool relates to what block it is. So we have made our own. So we have the crop farm and we have the quarry. Not only do we have that, but we have a large bounds upgrade that's going to be for the crop farm, and we have a quarry upgrade for the quarry, and we have a worker, which is cool. So in order to make the workers, like I said, here's the working thing right here. If I click on that, you got to make this thing called a food bundle, and then it takes 2 gold ingots and a wooden pickaxe. Once you make that, you'll get this little card. That little card, let's run over, let's see what time it is. I want to make sure it's not dark out. The sun is, oh, it's morning time, sweet. If we go over here, I'll show you this worker, and I'm going to go ahead and let him start working again. It's kind of cool. So it gives you a way of automating things, and for early game, this is really helpful. It's not OP or anything like that, because there's just a lot of logistics that go with it that you got to worry about. So let's get him out. He is right here. I've already named him. That's the other cool thing about this, is you can name him. So if I bring him out here, his name's Woody. So there he is. His name's Woody. It has a little number right here. I think it starts at 20. What that means is that's kind of his experience and his, I don't want to say his age or anything, but 30 is the max. So he's maxed out with all the things that he can do. And then you can go in here, you can repack him, which basically is what I just did. I picked him up, so you can take him around and move him. You don't have to kill him. You set their home by setting this as their home. He already has a home, so he knows where it's at. And then you can clear the home. So if you want to make him so that he lives here and uses this interface that's over here, that town hall block, then you might want to do that. But right now all he does is he stands anywhere he wants to. and he works on this tree farm block. The tree farm block, all the things are the same, so it's just one of these things that we made. Let me find the tree farm one. It's right here. So same thing, it's got all the things I showed you plus an iron axe. But when you click on it, the top up here is what he's mining or what he's working on to get. The resources are what you're going to use, what falls from the tree. Right now it's just picking up the oak saplings. It's not going to pick up the apples. And then special resources are, I think there's some upgrades and stuff that we can make down here, which would be like the upgrade for how big it is. So that's what he does. So he'll work and work and work, and he'll cut all these trees down, and as soon as he's done cutting all the wood down, he stops. You can see this little icon above his head. It's showing that he's working. Another icon will be a piece of pork chop, which means he's hungry. So that's when you have to go in here and put food in this, and he'll eat. He won't necessarily come in here. They can actually access this from outside, which is kind of nice. And then sometimes he'll have like a little squiggly line or a little house, which means he's having a pathing issue and he can't get into the door or something. A lot of times I'll find him behind the house, so I'll just repackage him and then set him right here on the front porch. But you just got to keep an eye on him. But I have made some rude comments about him off camera, so sorry about that, Woody. So what we're going to do is we're going to make this area right here our crop farm. So we need to go back and get our stuff and get our worker, and I'll show you how to set that up. We'll be right back. So the first thing we're going to want to do is make sure that we have enough flat area. So I went ahead and filled in all this stuff in the background. There was a couple holes, and we want to make sure that we have a wide enough area. So like I said, on the default on these planters or these little farms, as you can see, is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's a 5 by 5 square. So if you want to make the upgrades, which I made a 16 grade, we don't want that. So let's just do a 9 because this goes way out into the hill. So I just went ahead and went back and made a 9. So if you just shift right click on it, you'll see that we lost one of them. Excuse, that was my phone. And then it's not going to change anything right here. What you need to do is go in and click on bounds, and then up here at the top it's going to tell you the size. And actually, as you can see, you can either decrease the north size or increase the south size. And east and west is the same thing. We want to make it a square, so we're going to take that way, and we're going to take it that way. And then if you click on the top, that's going to tell the planner where to go, and we want it to be centered. So we want it to go a little bit more south, which is going to keep it right here. And then now you can see what the boundary is of our machine. So basically all it did is we went from 1, 2, 3, we lost 1, 2, 3. So we gained 4 spaces. Is that all? Really? Is it 9 by 9? Is that what it is? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so it's a 9 by 9. So if we click on the 9, that means it's a 9 by 9. So if we did a 16 by 16 area, that'd be quite large. So we'll probably do this one for wheat, pretty much because that's what these guys tend to like to eat. So what we're really going to do is come in here and find the center, which is what, right there, right here, and right here. And we're going to fill this with water. Let's go get another bucket of water. Let's run down here real quick. We'll probably get this farm set up. I'll show you how to get it working, and we'll probably end the episode there because I want to keep these kind of quick and to the point so we can keep moving along in the mod pack. So let's go ahead and get this filled up and put one there. And then we want to take our aqueous accumulator and stick it right there. Make sure it fills up with water. It is good. And then we want to put our sprinkler down. So before we do that though, I want to see whether or not this dude actually does what we want him to do. But first off, I need a piece of iron, I think. I don't think I have any iron, so let's see. I don't have any iron. Let's run back and get a piece of iron real quick. Unless we have... No, we don't. Let's run back and get a piece of iron. I need to make a hoe for him. I'm not talking about a girlfriend. Nope. We need to go back and make him a garden hoe so that he can plow the land and make it look like this. The other thing we need to verify, and I'll probably do this off camera so I don't bore you with it, is let's get him a good one. Actually, iron is probably the only good thing I have right now. I used my sapphires on that. That actually was nickel. We want nickel. We want iron. There we go. So let's go ahead and make him a tool. There we go. And then go like that. There we go. And then once we get our quarry set up, we'll start getting more in the way of ores, which is cool because, well, man, I epically failed on that jump. We'll get more ores and more availability to upgrade our tools. Now there is a thing in here we can upgrade the tools as well, if I remember correctly. It's I don't know if it's up here, but there's something in here where you can upgrade their tools. I know it was in a research book. We'll have to look for it, but it's pretty cool. So let's go up here. Yeah. And I'm not going to finish the road only because, come on, Woody. Man, you're sloppy. Really, dude? Can you not put these back in here? Only because, oh, that's why. Let's get those out of here. That's the only bad thing about this sprinkler is it wants to put those purple flowers in there. So you got to keep this thing completely filled with trees. Make sure it's because if I break one in there, this thing acts like a hopper, so it's going to pull this indigo flower into here, and then it's going to plant indigo flowers. So just make sure you watch out for that. So over here, let's go ahead and set down our villager, and we'll name him. And then we'll give him a tool. So let's put him here. Awesome. He says he's hungry, and he doesn't have any food. Where are you going, dude? What the heck? Come on, man. So, as you can see above his name, we're going to set this as his home. We're going to give him a hoe. So, let's do this. So, now he's going to be a farmer. See where it's turned his name to farmer. I'm going to block the doorway so he can't get out. And then we're going to name him, let's name him Old McDonald. McDonald. Let's do a little C. Mick. Old McDonald. Awesome. Can we go back? Yeah, okay, no, I want to change this to lowercase. And yeah, so now he's a farmer, and he has a home. I don't know what the skin is yet, so let's stop fighting with the doors, guys. Seriously, you're like kids. So he's going to go down here, now that he knows where this is. But see, we didn't give him any seeds. So he's going to be clicking on this, and I don't know why he's... Actually, he might be doing it. Yes, he is. So he is plowing by himself. That's cool. We might jump in there and help him. And then we're going to go ahead and make a bunch of seeds. So I brought a bunch of wheat with me. And this mod pack, it's called wheat. So we'll put these in here and put seeds. And then we're going to go like this. Bam. And so he's going to start planting seeds. I don't think I brought my hoe with me. I didn't. I would help you, dude. But you seem to be doing pretty good by yourself. I don't know why the grass isn't going away. Let's help him get grass out of here. Here we go. There you go. Are you happy, little man? I did it all for you. Okay, so let's check in here. Actually, we don't want that. And let's make sure, yeah, we have it all. These. So he's going to be plowing. It really makes me upset that I don't have that with me. I might go back and get it real quick just to help him out because this is going to take forever. The other thing we want to do is when he finally gets this all sorted out, for whatever random reason he's doing this, like I said, this is going to be the wheat one, but I would like to see if I could actually get him to plant wheat on one side and like tomatoes on the other instead of me having like odd farms. But the only reason I wanted to do the wheat real quick is because these guys eat bread, so I want to make bread. So this guy's going to take, we're going to have this set up for bread, and I want to see off camera if I could get these things to output. So I think you can though, because it says sides right here, and so the inventory. So I want to see if I can get the output it into something that will make bread, and then we'll get a courier to take it back over there, and then these guys can be self-sufficient. So see, he just went home. If you looked on his thing, it kind of showed that he was going home, and that's because it's getting dark outside. So let's sleep for these guys like this. And if it doesn't work out that way, we might just have to do a bunch of little farms. But with the sprinkler on, it does a really good job at keeping the stuff growing, as you can see on mine over there. So let's let him work on this real quick. Let me go back and get my hoe and help him out. And once he starts planting stuff, we'll see how he does, and we'll end the episode. So be right back. Are you happy, Mr. Old McDonald? Cool, because you're planting seeds, which looks great. Some random pattern, which is cool. We did go ahead and help him out, but I did want to go ahead and do something just for fun to see what happens if I do this. I think they can eat carrots. I'm gonna go. Oh no, I can't put. Oh, but I guess if there's no carrot seeds, why just plant a carrot? Let's just put a carrot right here and see what happens. Let's see if he plants a carrots. So this is wheat. Yep. And let's do this. Let's put a tomato seed in here. The only problem on the tomatoes is he's only going to plant the seed, right? So I'm going to have to put the seed in myself if I want him to harvest them. Correct. Yes. I'm agreeing with myself. So I'm going to actually plant a tomato right there. And did I bring some lettuce with me? No, but I did bring some more tomatoes. So let's put the tomatoes in the middle, which is cool. And then, so we do have a bunch of seed. He looks like he ran out of seed, so let's put seed in there. And is there anything else that we could actually have him make? I don't think so. But these are growing pretty rapidly already. The cool thing is I don't even have my sprinkler on, so let's go ahead and throw our sprinkler in there. I don't remember if I put it this way. Yep, that's the way that we wanted it. So let that thing start up. And now we're gonna have a garden. And the sprinkler is exactly 9 by 9, which is perfect. So these things are gonna grow. And then he's gonna pick them. And Mr. Woody is standing out here on this side. Not sure why. Looks like we might be filled. No, we're not filled. But we do have these ridiculous flowers growing in here. There you go, buddy. I picked your weeds for you. These guys probably are talking. They're probably doing like a smoke break or something. I don't know what they're doing. So, but that's how you set up this farming. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I'm just going to hang out here with Old McDonald and Woody and see what they do. See, he's got the little squiggly lines. He has no idea where to go. That's awesome. But yeah, guys, hopefully you enjoyed the episode. If you did, click the like button. New to the channel, hit the subscribe button, and check out all the other Midnight Skies guys that are recording on this lovely server. And also thanks to Iskall for providing this this mod pack. It's actually pretty awesome. So yeah, check their links out in the description below, and I'll see you next time, guys.